Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I have a new microphone. Oh, can you guys let me know how it sounds? It feels very fancy to me right now, but it also feels very obnoxious. That's literally like right in my face. Um, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Untangled, episode 97. What are we going to do for episode 100? We'll have like a cake or something. Um, Hi, Nevada. Hi, Norway. Hi, Germany. It's good to be here with all of you. Hi, Australia. What time is it in Australia? It must be like, I don't know, late in the night. Hello, Colorado. Hello, Miley. Torsten, thank you for that super chat. I haven't even spoken, but I appreciate it. 2 a.m. Yeah, that's insane. Although I was up all night. I didn't sleep until 3:30 in the morning. I'm not happy right now. I am really tired. I've been having a very Hi Katie. I've been having a very hard time sleeping the last couple weeks. Um yeah, I have some makeup on. I have a little makeup on. Just a tad bit of makeup. A little dab of it, just to brighten the day. Um, Another Brisbane Australian. Hello, the night shift. Hi, Alfredo. It's good to see you, my friend. Hello, Kelly from Bozeman. Okay, you guys, let's get going because I don't have a lot of time in this on this Untangled. I have to be on a podcast at 10, so I have to jump off a tad bit early today. But it's really good to see you guys. A couple bits of I always say homework and it's housekeeping before I get going. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Really helps me a lot. And if you like this video, just hit the thumbs up button as we're talking. And that will help me a lot. And third, but definitely not the least, we've opened up registration for Align 8.0. And I'm super duper excited about Align 8.0. It's going to be life changing. I am going to be giving everybody their money back guarantee if you do not freaking have some sort of shift during this class. I've done this 7 other times, and 8.0 is going to be. I don't know. I keep getting the guidance of life changing, life changing, life changing. Of course, it's so simple and it's so easy. We just sit for 21 straight days. Every day for 21 days, we sit for 20 minutes and we do some sort of practice, silent practice, guided meditation, awareness practice. And the simplicity of it is the profound shift. And that's how life is. Life happens in the simple, not in these aha, wow, huge moments. But the real magic is in the simplicity of life. And that's the cosmic joke of this entire planetary experience is that we think it has to be challenging and difficult. And there's got to be some sort of like moment that we hit, right? Ah, that's it. I got it. And it's always in the simplistic. So anyway, Align 8.0 starts Wednesday. Next Wednesday, next Wednesday, next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, it's $59, 21 days, 3 bonus Q&As, unlimited access to the replays. There's no reason you should not join this class this time. None. There's no excuse. It's freaking $59. That's like 2 meals, 1 meal, couple glasses of wine. Like, when you don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm telling you, freaking sign up and register. I'll put the link down below. If it's not there, go to my website. It'll be there. Do it. I mean, it's easy. I'm not joking. Rarely do I force something onto you guys, but I am forcing this onto you. Please. And if at the end of 21 days, you are not satisfied, I promise you I will give you your money back, which I've never done before, but that's how life-changing I know this class can be. Okay, let's get going. What's going on with you guys? I'd love to answer a couple questions. I don't know if you guys are on my Instagram page, but I've been doing these Q&As with you guys I've been answering video Q&As and I've absolutely been loving it. I can share a little bit about what's going on with me, and then I would love to answer just a couple of questions that you guys have and just keep it kind of simple today. What's going on with me? I am exhausted because I can't sleep right now. I am preparing for a 5-day water fast in August 10th. I'm going to do a 5-day water fast. Anybody wants to do the water fast with me? I'll be doing it on August 10th, 5 straight days. There's this really interesting. Okay, so I've been called to do this. I've been called to do a water fast, right? I been getting this guidance from Jesus: do water fast, do water fast, and I'm like, all right, I'll do the water fast. And he's like, I get these messages from Jesus. He's like, do a 5 day water fast. And I'm like, sweet baby Jesus. Like, okay, I'll do his 5 day water fast. And you guys know this. I'm not religious. I don't follow I don't follow the teachings of religion. I don't, but I'm very, very, very connected with Jesus and Mary Magdalene and a couple of the other peeps that hung around during those times. And I made a commitment a little over a year ago that I wanted to embody and integrate soul as human. I made a massive commitment to that. I don't want to leave this planet without having experienced um, something similar to what Jesus experienced, which is our birthright, which is to be soul in body, to live as soul and human, right? So to not negate my human. I love my human. I love my beautiful body and the way in which I eat food and hang out with people and dance and sing and do all the silly stuff and watch TV. I don't ever want to be in any sort of state where that is not something I devour and enjoy. I want to be human. I want to be as human as possible. I want all the ups and downs, ins and outs. I want the chaos and the heartbreak and the sadness and the joy and the love. I want all of it. That's why I'm here. But I want to embody my experience as soul. And so anyway, fast forward to now, you guys know that I went to Kenya twice. I'm doing retreats now. I had a deep, deep integration with soul while I was in Kenya. Um, and that's all I've been talking about. So there's this book coming through that I'm going to be sharing about soul integration and the God particle. And I've been hearing Jesus say, "Do a water fast." And I watched this podcast the other day. Oh yes, talk about AI. Thank you. I did this water fast the other day, or I was watched this podcast the other day, right? And it was this incredible man. I don't know how I found him. I don't forgot his name. Otherwise, I would share it with you guys. And he was talking about he was how there is this one sentence that has many sentences that have been left out of the Bible. I mean, the Bible itself has been like a telephone, the game telephone where you just keep rewriting it and it gets lost in translation, very lost in translation. Um, anyway, I think it's Matthew 17:21. Matthew 17:21 or Matthew 17:22. Anyway, there's one sentence that was taken out and he reads it. He says it's the part where somebody had brought their friend that had all of these demons in their body. They brought it to Jesus's disciples, and they couldn't take the demon out. They couldn't get the demon out of the person's body. By the way, this is very relative, actually. Now that I'm talking about it, to what's happening on the planet right now in terms of energies going into your body that are not yours. Wasn't even expecting that to be a part of the conversation, but it is something I've been thinking a lot about and getting a lot of um, guidance around this, being very, very, very conscious of what you're consuming, because there are these energies that are like fleas that are going into your field right now, making you believe things and feel things and think things that are not yours. And you can call this some sort of like freaky, weird, that's not true, Lori. It's very true. It's very much happening right now on a level that I've never seen on this planet. Um, so anyway, remind me to come back to that if I forget. So I'm watching him and he says it's the part where um, somebody brings their family member or friend or somebody from their village to the disciples and they can't get this demon out. And so Jesus says they go to Jesus and he says, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move that mountain from there to there. And he cast away the demon. And then right after that, it said, um, but one must pray and fast. Basically, in a nutshell, it said, but one must pray and fast to have this type of faith, right? So you can pray and receive all kinds of prayers and miracles, right? But if you're praying on something, if you're wanting something in your life and it's not happening, and it's a very big uh, um, jump that you're making, right? And all you need is 1 ounce of faith, right? But you can't grab it. Pray and fast. That was taken out of the Bible. Go look. Go Google it. Google it right now while we're here. You'll see it. And they said it was taken out because they didn't have proof around it. It was too big of a statement to say, which is absolute utter bullshit. I don't know much about the Bible. I've never read the Bible, but isn't the whole entire Bible a story? Like, you could say parts of it are true, but was nobody really knows, you know? So I found that fascinating when he read that. Not only because it was like, wow, fasting and prayer must be really fucking profound and powerful. And not so that you can get your body in some sort of beautiful shape and not for you to cleanse it out, right? Which is what I was thinking Jesus wanted me to do was cleanse. No, 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 no. It is to get into such an aligned state with God that you can move mountains. Now, think about this for a minute. Okay, you guys, I'm getting goosebumps. We're in a spiritual battle. We are in a spiritual battle. If you saw the opening ceremony of the Olympics, it was very satanic, and most people didn't even recognize the darkness of these ceremonies. We're not even aware of what's being given to us and what's being thrown at us. We think that it's just entertainment. This battle is not about a religion because they're going to start to throw that around. It's not about this religion being better than this religion. Um, it is about energy. It's about frequency. And it's about getting in alignment with the God that we are inside all of us. And what would God say? What would God do? God not being some man that's going to, call you bad or this is good and this is right or this is wrong. That kind of God. I'm talking about the God essence, the God particle, the God consciousness of all of us, and that we are in a phase right now in our evolution where humanity is going through a very dark moment. And because there's so much light on the planet and there's so much light in your body, and there is a massive activation happening. And this activation point right now is you connecting back into soul, your soul. All of us being in connection and embodied with your soul, right? Living as soul is living as God. And it's not some foo-foo, high vibe, positive thinking, manifest your dreams experience. This is you living as your true expression and still being human. And the more that you start to do that, the more powerful you become, the more empowered you become, the more impactful your change is on this planet. And the energies that have been taking over this planet for millions or thousands of years, they understand this. And so there is these weapons of energetic confusion that are being used in your mind, and they are manipulating your mind. They're confusing your mind. They're programming your mind in very subtle ways. And how are they doing that? By what you consume, the information you consume. And so if you follow what Jesus was saying, which is prayer and fasting, what I'm getting from it, and I'll share all about the fast I end up doing, but what I'm assuming is that there is a much more empowered and powerful clarity that you may receive if you're holding the intention of the fast being that of connecting deeper into the God particle that you are, into the soul that you are. Um, and not because you want to shout it from the rooftops how great you are that you're doing a water fast. Or in fact, Jesus said to keep it to yourself. Now, obviously, I'm not, because I'm sharing it with all of you. Um, but there is something really, really profound and potent that's happening on the planet right now. We have got to stay with our eyes open and our ears more attuned, our bodies more attuned in terms of the energies that are going on um, around us and within us, and really recognizing that this isn't what's it called, where there's a play and this is go time, right? It's not a dress rehearsal. We're not in a dress rehearsal. um so it's a it's time to It's time to really level up in our discernment and in our ability to remember who we actually are and what we're doing here on the planet. And I was walking around yesterday and walking my friend's dog, and I was really tapping into the shifts that are happening on the planet, and I kept thinking, like, there's going to be a moment where there'll be a real big catalyst, a shift where people will stop the ways in which we receive information and entertainment. It just won't resonate with people anymore. And this phase that we're in right now, where we're just consuming all kinds of information and all the things that are happening on the planet, all the good things and the bad things and all of that, that there will be this moment that will happen because soul doesn't care. Soul's not interested in any of that. Uh, Soul's just here to bring itself into its highest potential in the physical reality by assisting humanity and serving humanity, from a state of joy, from a state of alignment and peace and excitement, right? And not getting caught up in all the other stuff that can take you down rabbit holes and dead ends and, the circus. And I was realizing there's going to be a moment, I don't know if it's now, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50, but there'll be a moment where what we consume now just won't be interesting, thank God. And we'll just let it be. And we will start to actually just live in the world and not live through the lens of information. So anyway, yeah, so that's really fascinating. I am I just think that if you can right now, if you can recognize that the phase that humanity is in, right? The phase humanity is in right now is so exciting. It's the physical manifestation of soul in form. The physical manifestation of soul in form. And so what that means is that we have been living as the illusion for thousands and thousands of years. Not all of us. There's plenty of lifetimes where we have come in and kept the connection. But for a large majority of us, it's been quite a wild ride. And let's just speak in this lifetime. We've lived in the illusion, which is that my name is Lori and I am Lori and this is what I do and I have this trauma and I have these um, coping mechanisms and blah blah blah. This is how I like to do this, and that's not actually me. That's the character, Lori. What a beautiful character. She's a badass character, right? You're a badass character. It's incredible, your journey, your human experience, but that's not me. I'm actually this essence. I'm actually this particle of God, and it's what actually chose to come in, and it's inside the physical body. And the awareness that that aspect of you is inside the physical form can be felt, can be experienced, can be lived through and as is fucking insane to me. I mean, think about this just in basic layman terms. God is inside of you literally as a particle of God, as a frequency, as a vibration, as a light. That's not some sort of like, that's not a maybe, that's an absolute. And the reason I it's an absolute is because something came into the physical body and something leaves the physical body, right? You can watch the near-death experience after near-death experience. It's documented. It's an absolute. So what is that spark? What is that light? What is that? That is you. That is every single one of us. And it all comes from the same unified field. And this isn't some foo foo spiritual teaching anymore. This is life. This is the human experience. This is very normal. This is very simple. This is very basic. You don't have to take that 17,000 classes. You don't have to study under a guru. You don't have to sit in a cave. You're a fucking soul in a human body playing out a character right now called whatever your name is, and you don't have to do anything special or unique to be that soul. that soul. You don't have to hold a fucking vibration in order to be that soul. You don't have to feel emotions that are high or emotions that are low or any none of that matters. You have always been soul from the moment you opened your eyes as a newborn baby and took your first breath. You've just been living in the illusion that you are not that, and that if you want to go to that, get to that place of enlightenment or awakening or God consciousness or oneness or whatever the hell you want to label it, you've got to do dot and dot and dot. And oh my God, you better keep studying, and you better be able to, manage your emotions and master your mind and all of this excess monstrous nonsense that's just not true. We've been wasting our entire lives like pedaling to try to get somewhere when soul has always just been right here, right now. So then it becomes unwinding or peeling back all of the um, manipulated programming that you've been told, that you've kept inside the brain, that's told you that you are not good enough, that you're not smart enough, that you're unworthy of this and you're unworthy of that, and that this is good and religion is bad, but this religion is good. All religion is bad. This person's horrible. Yoga's the devil. I don't know, all kinds of you name it. They all fly around, right? And soul doesn't give a fuck about any of that. Excuse my language, but soul doesn't care because soul knows that none of it is true. It's all just part of the story of the human experience. There are 17 billion stories that you can grab in one moment on this planet. And it all just creates the story of the human experience. None of it is actually absolute truth. It's all just part of the story. So the more that you start to come inward and commit to living as soul, and I highly recommend beginning to do that, let go of all stories around what that means. What does it mean to you? How badly and how deeply do you want to find yourself in a sense of ease and grace and peace and calm in the midst of heartbreak, chaos, sadness, pain, anger, anxiety, stress? If you think that those things are going to go away and then you'll be happy and then you'll be peaceful and then you'll be in ease, it's not going to happen. That's just continuing to perpetuate the illusion that you're in control of a quantum field that you'll never be in control of. It's a massive, massive, exhausting pattern. It's an exhausting pattern, and it's a deep, deep program, because if you can believe that, then you will be so busy trying to get somewhere that you'll never just stop and be who you actually are, which is soul. So the powers that be that are out there kind of controlling humanity in whatever fashion they are, and it's not about money, my friend, it's about control. It's about control. You can have all the money in the world. Eventually you get bored enough and you say, what do I actually want now? Control. So we have been in a controlled planet for thousands and thousands of years. And so the way that you deprogram yourself from the state of control that we find ourselves in is that you introduce yourself to soul. You come back and introduce yourself to soul, which is introduce yourself to the you that you have always been deep inside your own physical form, which means that you take all your eyes, however many eyes you have, that are always out there focused on the next big thing and the next whatever it is, and you go inward and you say, hold on a second. Hello, soul. How are you? You're not going to know what the heck. Is there a soul here? Do I have a soul? Am I a soul? What would soul say? What would soul feel? It's what's so crazy about the human experience, you guys, is that the one thing that you absolutely are is God in form. You are absolutely 1 billion% soul inside this physical body. And it's the hardest thing that we will ever reconnect and remember. And it's crazy. And it's the greatest gift that you could possibly give yourself in this lifetime. This lifetime is not about getting to some sort of dimensional field. This lifetime is not about reaching 5D, 6D, 7D. That's all ego. That's all a construct, right? This human life is about being in the human life, being in it, and understanding that you are a God, that you are an aspect of God, that you are the Holy Spirit, that you are soul, that you are Christ consciousness, that you are consciousness. Call it whatever label you want. That's who you are. Can you imagine being able to walk around in your day knowing that that's you, connected to it, seeing the world through the lens of that, interacting and engaging, and the world doesn't need to change at all. There's no destination you ever need to be able to experience the most miraculous experience, which is holy shit. What? This is incredible. I am a soul. I'm in this body. I believe all these thoughts. I have all these different emotional states. I interact with all these different people. I have all these patterns that I do, and I have this trauma. Wow. Holy shit. You start breaking free. You start realizing all the ways that you have done life will never, ever, ever, ever be what sets you free. It just doesn't. And so this moment that we find ourselves, this evolutionary moment that we are in right now, is the embodiment of soul. Why do you think so many people are moving towards religion right now, or moving towards um, the Bible? They're moving towards Christ consciousness. They're moving towards Jesus. Why? On either side, you're either moving towards more of this Christ consciousness, or you're moving more towards Jesus and the Bible and all that. You want to know why? I'll tell you. Because your soul is waking up right now. Your soul is coming online. And the part of you that's been running your life is starting to become aware. This is for everybody on the planet. They're starting to become aware. Wait a second, they don't know this. It's not conscious, but the soul is coming online, and the soul is waking up, meaning it is beginning to be felt. The human aspect that you think you are is starting to feel soul. It's starting to know there's something stirring inside. And guess what they're doing? They are moving towards that which they know held that frequency, that lived in that way. And so their soul resonates with the soul of this man, Jesus, or other people that have walked this planet as the highest expression that we're here to walk as. So people are being moved into, called into these places where the human is a mirror, is a reflection to what is activating or coming online for them, right? And so it's a natural process of evolution. This is not about a religion or making sure that you follow certain rules, or you're sinning all these different ways. This is about recognizing that soul's coming online, and that we are in the process of integrating and embodying soul. Okay. And for some, it looks like Christ consciousness. For some, it looks like Jesus. For some, it looks like other things. But this is the awakening of an entire planet, right? This is how we begin to take on this next phase. The next phase is the embodiment of soul. And it's happening to every single one of you. Your whole life is changing, I guarantee it. I guarantee you that you are feeling more and more out of control. I guarantee you that you are not able to make decisions in the same way. I guarantee you that you are having a really difficult time trying to plan things. I guarantee you that you are not resonating with specific things that you plan for, you prepare for. I guarantee you that you are feeling more in ways that you never have. Not just feeling emotions, but just feeling energetically what feels right or what doesn't feel right. Um, you can probably feel people's energies in ways that you never have before. Um, you're probably feeling your actual physical body in different ways. Maybe there's even this really special, unique conversation that you're starting to have with your body. This is how soul is going to start living through this human experience more and more. It's probably becoming more difficult to talk, to explain, to share. Soul has a hard time communicating because it's all energy. Um, you're probably hearing your intuitiveness more and more. You're probably following it more and more. You're probably recognizing that you're being asked to do things that you don't know the outcome for, right? And there's a heart. You can't grab a lot anymore. Um, there's so much. There's so much. There's so much. There's so much. Yeah. This is this is soul. It's the best thing ever. I'm so excited to just dive deep. This is the only thing I wanna do is just dive deeper and deeper into the ways in which we are going to, be integrating soul and body. Nothing else matters. I mean, you can go and look at like what's going on in the presidential election and is this person a clone? And no, it's AI. By the way, AI is fucking nuts. Like insane. Like what like please, if you are not aware of how they do AI now, you need to go and research because and all you have to do by the way if you are in the United States or wherever is watch the most recent series season of Big Brother and you will see AI playing out as an actual person, you would have no idea that's AI. And they tell you this is actually not a person. This is AI. And she's going to be part of the series this month, this season, and she's going to come and go and do this and that. Um, it's not a clone, you guys. Get rid of the clone idea. This is AI. This is AI and it's being thrown all over the place now. It's as if it's just completely normal to fuck with us in this way. Excuse my language, but that's what they're doing. The more that we can be absolutely confused, the more we will be out of our body. The more confused we can be, the more we argue, have a divide. No, it's this. No, it's this. No, I'm pretty sure it's this. No, it's actually this. The more confusion they can create, the more you're going to be in the mind. The more you're in the mind, the more you're out of the body. The more you're out of the body, the more you are disaligned, no longer in alignment with soul. Okay. So just pay attention to everything that is unraveling right now that is bringing you into the mind to create confusion, to create divide, to create argument, right? These are not good things. These are things that pull you out of the most empowered place, the place that you need to come to, which is the soul. The AI is not good. It's not good. It's not, and it's. I mean, Miley was just telling me there. I didn't even know this, but there was the all the studios in Hollywood. However, obviously, there's a lot of really dark, satanic, horrible stuff happening in Hollywood. But they also wanted to roll out AI uh, actors. And so they were gonna they had a big strike because they didn't want actors to become robots. But that's how good AI is, where they could do an entire movie with robots and you would have no idea that it's a human. None. No, none. So your discernment needs to go way up right now. And also, by the way, turn it all off. You will find the best, greatest life right now going inward. You don't need to gain more information, my friends. You don't need to know more. You don't I'm telling you, the evolution in human consciousness, it has these layers, okay? And everybody goes through the layers of awakening but you have to graduate and move on. How it works. It's like school. So there are many people that are not aware of any of this. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to wake up and start to go down all of these rabbit holes. They're going to learn so much about what's happening and oh my God, this is going on and this is going on and holy cow, did you know about this? And you're like, yeah, 20 years ago, and so that's the phase of like that's grade 3, right? Now you're in grade 4. If you keep staying in grade 3, and just continuing to feed on the all of the nonsense. You got to know more. Well, I got to keep learning about the corruption and this and that. You're staying in level 3. You're staying in grade 3. You need to graduate. You need to keep going along in this evolution so that you could see what's coming next, so that you could then be in that, so that you could help the people that are coming along, right? And so many of us don't realize we're getting stuck in grade 3, which is like, tell me more. I need to know, is it this? Is it that? What else is happening? Oh my God, what's the next horrible thing that's going to drop? You're stuck. You're in a loop. You got to move on to the next phase. And the next phase is the integration of soul. It's the embodiment of soul. And so it's addictive. They've kept you very, very I'm not saying you personally, but they've kept us addicted. Janelle, thank you so much. They've kept you addicted to information, consuming, um, all kind, all of it. We're addicted to these phones. We're addicted to the YouTube stuff. We're addicted to it. And because it keeps you out of the evolutionary process. Now the evolutionary process is very natural, right? So just stay in it and off you go. It happens. But be aware, that if you find yourself in that loop of grade 3, which is like, man, it's just all this is just getting enough is enough. Why am I continuing to watch this stuff? Who gives a shit? Okay, so Biden's doing this, Trump's doing this. It's all a stage, all of it. Anything that creates a divide, you guys, is part of the chess game. Anything, no matter who's playing in the game, it's all a part of the chess game. You have to recognize this. The story changes. The narrative changes. It's going to continue to change for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. But your evolution is to recognize that no matter what sort of narrative continues to be played out, if it creates a divide, it is not for you. Let it go. You need to move on. And the moving on is you need to start to begin to integrate. This is how we're going to be able to shift the planet in a much quicker way if we want to, is you got to let go of grade 3. It's going to play out for the next 50 years minimum. This divide is going to be here for a very long time. Fortunately or unfortunately, but it's happening. There is an evolution. But we gotta start to move, we gotta start to feel into the evolution, right? So it's a recognizing what's happening out there for you, what it feels like, what it's doing to your mind, what it's doing to your body, what's and you're not a victim to that world. You can make change and put away the devices and stop listening and ask yourself, is this just the same old, right? Like, should I maybe just stop playing in that and just listening to what's happening in my own inner world? How do I want to feel? Like, how do I want to, what's the feeling state I'd like to step into? How would I like to serve a little bit more with humanity? Um, how do you want to be? How do you want to be? This I want you guys to imagine, if you can, that there is this long tube and it's called evolution that we're in, right? It's you can't get out of it. And it's this long tube. And imagine that water goes through it, right? There's water that just flushes through, and that's what keeps movement going. Um, and we're all in this. Every single person on the planet is experiencing this collective shift. And so there's no going back. You can't really speed up. You have to just be in what is in the now. It's always in movement, but we can definitely get stuck in certain spots, right? And those are the grades that we're going through. And so if you find yourself just like, wait, this just feels like the same old, you're just you're stuck in a loop. Um, and it's uh it's fascinating right now. The last thing I wanna say before I go, because I have to go, um, be aware of, um let's say it one last time, be aware of how you feel. Um, be aware of how you feel, not emotions necessarily. Be aware of, if you feel different after you are with somebody, or, if you feel weird after you watch something. Um, are you realizing after like 4 hours, you're like, "Wait, something feels off right now. I'm having these really strange thoughts. Wow, I feel really heavy all of a sudden." And I want you to pay attention to that, and then I want you to track it back. When did it start? When did those weird thoughts start? Track it. I want you to, and I've said this, and I will say this a billion times over. I want you to pay attention to what you feel like before and after you watch things, before and after you listen to things, before and after you hang out with someone. I want that discernment needs to be lit up right now in ways that you never have before. If you're not questioning every single thing you're watching on television, why are you not doing that? We are at such a level of mind control. It's if you knew that every moment that you were consuming something, it had the potential to pull you away from your highest potential, which is soul, would you do it? Or would if I said every time you question every single thing you're listening to, you will find yourself closer and closer to soul, would you do it? Every time you ask yourself, "How would soul do? How would soul feel? What does soul think?" Right? If you knew that every single time you did that throughout your day, that you would be closer and closer to soul, would you do it? And closer to soul isn't some destination. It's just how we remember who we are and start living through the lens of this beingness state of soul. It's not some magical thing. It doesn't take away your pain. It doesn't take away the money situation you have. It doesn't take away from the divorce you may be going through. It doesn't take away from the physical pain. It doesn't take That's still going to be here as you navigate the evolution, but you are experiencing all of it with a very different lens. And you can't understand that right now because we are still very much in this mentality of like a real deep programmed state of suffering and victimhood and fixing, get me out of this type of thing. And so every moment throughout your day, if you can figure out a way to bring yourself into the body and into soul, just by saying, I am soul, I am soul, I am soul, just say that. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Kiss, I am soul. But really pay attention right now, you guys, to thought, because thought, many of us right now are thinking things that are not ours. Energies are coming into the field, into your field, and manipulating you. And it's not just trauma. It's not just a pattern. It's not just like, oh, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. No, 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 no. If it feels like it's coming out of left field, if it doesn't feel like you, now all thoughts we've had, every single one of us has had the same thoughts. They're all recycled. There's no brand new thought. Okay, so every thought is recycled. We all have similar thoughts. And so it's not like if you're being like if there's energies coming into your field, it's not like there's going to be some random thought like, I don't know, I've never thought that before. You've thought all the thoughts. Okay? All the horrible thoughts you've thought, I've thought, we've all thought. Pay attention to thought because it's not necessarily you. All right? It's not something you need to fix and heal and look at. Get clear on whether this is truly something that is stemming from your own growing up, background in terms of limiting thoughts, or if this is coming in strong because of what you just watched, what you just listened to, who you were just around. Um, Discernment, my friends, discernment. Um, all right, that's it, you guys. I got to get going. That is all. That is it. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Please join Align 8.0. My God, if there is anything that I can offer you right now, it is Align 8.0. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's coming down the chute. I mean, more BS. But it's $59. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's freaking nothing. 21 straight days. Um, and I don't know. I know a lot of you guys have taken the Align class. This one's going to be different. We start August 7th. It ends August 27th. Of course, we're going to be doing the same types of practices, but something's going to shift big time. I'll be doing my 5-day fast in the middle of it. Maybe you will join me in that fast. Maybe you will not because it does not resonate with you, which is fabulous as well. But we start August 7th. We end August 27th. 10 a.m. California time, 21 straight days, 20 minutes of practice, 3 bonus Q&As, all live on Zoom, unlimited access to the replays. Um, Hundreds and hundreds of people all around the world that join together every single day, which is also a really beautiful part of it, is that you get to come together every day and connect with the same peeps. Really fun part of that. And if nothing else, give this to yourself as a reprieve and just maybe, cross your fingers. Maybe something will shift. I promise it will. Do, 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 do. All right. Love you guys. See you next Tuesday. And the link for Align, I will place down below in the description box. Also, it's on my website. It's on my Instagram. I'm going to put it up on Facebook. And just email me. I love you guys. I am soul. I am soul. I am soul. I am soul. Let's go rock this evolution. Go rock it. Love you guys. Bye.